Hey guys, and welcome to the Facebook Fundamental Strategies video. This will be a pretty important video as I'll be running through all the different little strategies I use to build my Facebook fan pages. What I recommend doing is printing this sheet out, putting it next to your computer, stick it on a wall, wherever you can constantly refer to it when you're creating your different Facebook pages and even just your social media pages in general. As it can be a good checklist just to make sure you're optimizing your page as much as possible. People think sometimes that there's just one key thing you need to do to make a Facebook page successful or a social media page in general successful. But from my personal experience, I found it's lots of little different strategies put together that really make a Facebook page actually kick off. And they're all very simple, but they all work together really nicely. And that's what I'm going to be going through in this video. So let's just get straight into it. So first of all, have a think about what business structures you currently have in place. So in 99% of cases, you'll have an email. So why not chuck your Facebook page in your email footer, or in your email signature? So that's one way people can know that you're on Facebook and you're constantly sending emails every single day, or even at least just a couple a day, I imagine. And that's a good way to get started. And if you have employees, make it unanimous across the board, so all your employees then have your actual company's Facebook link in their actual email signature. This again goes with business cards, just any CD cases, pamphlets, any marketing activities at all that you've got going on. Even if you just chuck in the Facebook logo, it lets your actual market know that you're on Facebook. And this is really good at just driving traffic from all over the place, and you'd be surprised that when people pick up that you're actually on these social networks, they might want to see a bit more about exactly what you're doing. And especially if you're emailing it to a potential client or something like this, they want to see a bit more about what your business is about before actually doing business with you, and it really creates a really nice relationship that way. Next point is to embed your widgets on your website. So if people aren't going to be searching your website, your Facebook page, if they might not know you're on Facebook yet, they're going to be searching for your website. So when they head to your website, make sure there's a Facebook link there, or a Twitter link, or an Instagram link, or a Facebook feed, or whatever it might be. But give them some indication of where you are on your social media channels. This again is a good way to drive traffic, because people who come to your website, on my personal websites, I have a Facebook feed on the homepage, so people can see exactly what's going on now with my business and what content I'm sharing right now. And again, that's another good way to build your likes and get your exposure out there. Point number 3, make sure your page has engaging content before you even look for fans. I show you this in the case study videos. I never just create a page, blank page, and then invite my friends to it and try to start advertising and doing all these different crazy things. No one wants to like a page if there's no content on there. I always think about this: if I was the person going to like the page, would I like someone's page if there's nothing on there at all? Definitely not. Even if they're my friends, I've liked too many pages already. The novelty of liking pages when I first got Facebook has worn off. So now I'm really just wanting to get some good quality content on there. And if there's good content, then I'm going to be more inclined to like the page. And in the case study videos, I'll show you how I find this content, how I use it, even for Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, whatever it is. Make sure there's some posts already on the page before inviting your friends. But yeah, so we'll move on to point 4 now, including pictures in your updates. This is a really, really major, it sounds so simple, but it can really change how many people actually interact with your posts. When you're on a Facebook feed, you can see you really want to take up as much advertising space as possible. So let me just show you a quick example here. We'll open this. We'll go to the news feed. Straight away, where did you look? I guarantee you would have looked at this picture. Well, 99% of you would have. Even if I scroll down, you can see which posts are getting a much more interactions and likes. And you can see from an update like that, which is just some text, to a big picture, you can see how much more advertising space you actually get. So it's quite significant, and it's quite important that you do use as much of your advertising space as you can. So I often, probably good 80% of my time, I'll use images. I'll do a few text things here and there with some quotes or whatever it might be, just to change it up a little bit to show Facebook I'm not always posting the same just images or just videos, etc. But you can see using your actual images as an update, you can get a really, really positive feedback, and a lot more of the space of the user's screen is taken up. And this also ties in with using images in your advertisements on Facebook, but we'll look at that in the advertisement videos. Link your Facebook to your Twitter account. This is a very important thing as well, because even if you don't want to use your Twitter religiously for interacting and trying to grow your Twitter fans, it's great to have another social media signal. So all you need to do that is have your Twitter account set up. So you've got your Twitter account on there, and then you just need to go facebook.com/Twitter. And this will take you to the Twitter Facebook connection area. And then I can then get these ones here. So for the dog training one, I had a Twitter for the dog training, which I haven't made yet. All I need to do is link to Twitter, and then it will connect to the Twitter, and I just need to approve it, and then it's linked. And then from then on, every update I do from my Facebook will automatically be sent to my Twitter account. So that's just an easy way to keep content going through both channels, and it works really well with the Google rankings as well. So it gives you another slot in the top 10 first page results that your actual Twitter business account will take up, rather than a competitor's or some random junk. So then there's your website, your Facebook page, and your Twitter account all there in a row. So higher chance of people clicking through to your business profiles. Introduce Facebook competitions. So they're often a great way to get started. Is to give away something to your followers, but something of value. So many times people give away an iPod or a pair of headphones for liking a page, but are they really liking the page because they're interested in what you're doing, or are they liking the page because they want to win a free pair of headphones or something like that? And this is where you need to look at, is it important to slowly grow really interested followers that are really going to be engaging and that are really going to work well for your page, or try just to grow a mass number of followers from wherever they are, just because they want to win a specific type of item. So say, for example, for that dog training page I'm creating, I might give away 3 dog training VIP programs. I might just purchase them myself, or I might ask the company to give me the 3 memberships to give away. And then I'll target that to specific actual people that are interested in dogs and dog training, rather than giving away a pair of headphones on the dog training site, and I'll get all these people that might not even have a dog at all and will never be interested in what I'm trying to sell or trying to market, and they're just there for the headphones. So competitions can be a very, very good way of actually growing your market, but just stay focused with the actual market you're wanting to grow. Similar to competitions, I guess, is the offers section that Facebook have implemented. So if you've got a product or service out there that you're trying to sell, and you want to offer them a discount, you can do this with the offers section on Facebook. And I'll show you what this is here. So say, for example, here I wanted to create an offer. All I need to do is hit offers, create an offer. Oh, looks like that, I need 50 likes. Once I get 50 likes, let me show you on a different page then. So say here I wanted to create an offer. I can then create a headline here. So headline, let's do the one that says 25% off your purchase. Chuck in my photo here, the one that I want to use. How long do I want this offer to go for? And do I have a limit or not? So say if I wanted to create some urgency, I can make it say 100 and say first 100 people to purchase this will get 25% off, or whatever it is. I can then market it if I wanted to as well. It's always a good idea just to, even if it's not, obviously not $68 if you don't want to do that, but you can go more options and change it all up in there. I'll get into that a bit more in an advertising video rather than this one. But yeah, this is a great way. And when people claim your offer, it will then tell their friends that John Stevens has claimed your offer, or Stephanie has come over and claimed your offer as well. And it has that viral reach going on there as well. So it's a really good good tool to make your actual product known, create a bit of viral atmosphere around it, and get people really interested. So offers is that one there. Add your links to your personal page and include them in where you work, so friends can see that you have made a new page. So on your personal page, if what you're trying to sell is something that's going to be very if your friends are going to be interested in it as well, I'll always chuck that link into my actual personal page. So for example, when I started my company, Social Media Mansion, I was looking for new clients, and I had a lot of friends from university on my Facebook page, and I had a couple of people that I've worked with in different jobs in the past. So I included my website link into my actual Facebook personal page in my About section. And I did get a bit of traffic from that, and I got a few clients out of that. So again, just making sure there's different links about what you're trying to do all over the place, email signatures, pamphlets, in your actual Facebook page, wherever you can actually put it, without trying to sell to them as such. Just give them the option there. If they want to click on it, they can. Use the share button to share exciting content from your business page onto your personal page. So say, for example, let's go on to another example page. Emma Rose. Transformations. Say I wanted to share, say I thought this is a cool post that I posted on one of my business pages. I could then hit the share button. And then if I wanted to share that, I can share it to either on a page I manage or on my own timeline, which is what I'm going to do here, which will then post this person's update. Even though it's my business, that would post it onto my page, and then all my friends would then see this specific update. Obviously, in this case, it's not going to be really necessary, but if there's something I find that my friends could value from, I'll then share it onto my page, and then that'll send traffic. It'll funnel traffic through that link onto their page, as it will let them know that it comes from whatever page I've shared it from. That was a bit of a word jungle there. But yeah, sharing is another cool tool. Again, as talking before, taking advantage of all the advertising space you have. Make sure your cover photo sums up your business. You can do things like have an arrow pointing to your like button to really encourage and directing and spoon feeding your audience to like your page. So I'll show you what a cover photo is, even though I'm sure you guys probably know. So this is your cover photo here. So if I ever wanted to change the cover, I just hit change, upload, or choose from photos I've already posted, etc., etc. I'm not going to go into that now because I'll go into that in a different video. But a cool tool, if you ever need a nice cover photo made up, again, go to fiverr.com. And then in here, we type in cover photo. Or Facebook cover photo. And then I always go high rating, hit the really good quality. So you can see here, I will create a professional timeline photo cover. You can see some of the work he's done here. See, they've even used the like button here. And that's a good place. For $5, that's all it costs you on Fiverr. Everything costs $5. And they'll create you a nice looking cover photo for whatever business you've got going on. So that's a good one there. I think we kept on talking about highlighting posts. Yep. So highlighting post means if I wanted to get more exposure on a specific post, we'll head to a page when it decides to load for me. And there's an option there to highlight it. And what that means is it will then take up the full width of my screen for that update. So when people come onto my actual Facebook page, they will see they're going to be more drawn to the full width image than rather than the sidebar images and whatnot. So let me just see if I can try. I'll try Emma Rose Transformations again. Okay, cool. So, say for example, I wanted to highlight this little arrow, highlight, And you can see it's now taken up the full width, whereas these standard updates just have the single half width images. And another thing we can do is pin it to the top. So I'll remove the highlight for now. But say I wanted this image to stay at the top for the next week. So say it's the key update I'm doing. Say it's a sales update, and it's what I really want people to look at, and it has the calls to action to click through to a specific link or a website or a video, whatever it might be. And I don't want it to get washed away with all the other updates. So obviously when I do the next update now, this one here will be the second update. But I want this to always stay at the top for the next week. So all I need to do is hit the drop down arrow and then pin to top. And you'll see the little flag will appear above it. And this means it's going to stay at the top of the page for the next week now. Again, I don't really want to do that right now as it's not a key update for me, but just showing you guys how it works. So that's another really good thing to bear in mind, and that I often use to keep important updates up the top. And when they stay there for a week, they get quite a bit more interactions going on with them, a lot more likes and comments when people come to the page throughout the week. And that also adds legitimacy to whatever it's talking about. And we'll talk about that again and the importance of legitimacy on social media in following videos. So again, we talk about pinning to the top. So yeah, and this is the next thing, looking at milestones. So if you're trying to sell your business or a service that's been running for many years, let the audience know about it. You want to drive them through the history of your actual business and create that relationship and make them feel trusted with you and make them feel like they've gone on a journey with you. As lame as that kind of sounds, it really does work. So one of the best examples, I know I've mentioned this in other videos, but is the Red Bull actual page. So we'll go there quickly. Red Bull. And you can see here they've created many, many milestones. So you can even go back to the 1980s and back to when it was founded and look at updates that they've released back then. So you can see back in when was it founded? Let's see when it was founded. August 29, 1987. Red Bull Sports hits the news for the first time. Saved up for a sweet ride. Wings team's coming your way in May 1987. It's crazy how you can see them running around in new versions of that today. I actually had a friend once that actually drove one of these, totaled the car, giant Red Bull can rolling down the street. We shouldn't be laughing at it, but I thought it was pretty funny. And so Red Bull was founded on April 1st, 1987. First sale was made then. And you can go in there and read more comments about it, but you can see it really brings you through the life of Red Bull, and you can go through all these different years, see the key events that have happened each year. And the way we do that, we'll show you how we do that now. We'll use hemorrhoid transformations again. If I wanted to create say this was founded in 1990, all I need to do is create a milestone by hitting offer event plus, hit milestone. When actually, because I've made this founded in 2013, it's not going to let me go back any further than that. Let me see if I can find a different one without wasting your time. All I needed to do there was actually go in and change when it was actually founded, if this company was founded even before that. But say this has been up for a couple of years now, I think, and I have just been neglecting it. Milestones. Yeah, I can go back to 2011. And then I can say Social Media Mansion was founded here. And I can choose a photo if I want to. Foundation. Save that. And now if we go back to you can see here we've entered an actual milestone. So we're going to add a photo there, make it look a bit more creative and get it looking nice and neat. But yeah, so that's milestones, and that can really create that good customer loyalty and a connection with you and your actual customer. Have a look at Facebook advertising. We actually look at that in the next few videos, so I won't run into that too much now. We will talk about the reach generator for important posts. Unfortunately, with standard update on Facebook, will only reach about 16 to 20% of your audience. So that's organically. So if I don't update now, only about 16 to 20% of all my fans will actually see my update if I don't actually use the reach generator. And a reach generator is a paid service that helps you get your message to be seen by your audience. 60 to 85% of your audience, they say, but again, it's kind of hard to know exactly the right numbers of this. But I'll show you what that is here. So let's just go back to MRO's transformations. And what I want to do here is say, so you can see here only 411 people have seen it out of 3,368. If I boost this post, this is the reach generator. It will say for $68, I can make sure that another 16,000 to 42,000 people see it. And you can change the prices here. You can go down to $6. So for an extra $6, 2,000 to 6,800 people will see it. So you can see it can be quite worth it. So by paying $6, if I'm trying to sell a product or something, is that $6 investment worth an extra 7,000 people potentially seeing my advertisement? I often use it, so I like this. So I say yes, but obviously it's up to you on what goals you're trying to achieve. But I'll show you how I use this in the actual case study videos as well. Probably one of the biggest points to make here is making sure you post at key times. This can really make or break your actual social media campaign. And this is one of the best ways to do it for free as well, to make sure the higher portion of your audience will see it, see your updates. So if you think about it, if you're going to post it at 11 o'clock in the day, people are going to be at work, so they're not going to be on Facebook. They're going to be working throughout the day, unless you're trying to target a market that only works at night and not in the day. Maybe like a nightclub bartenders or whatever you're trying to target that only work at night. But generally, for the majority of people and the companies and wherever you're trying to target, and this is obviously going to vary. You always have to think about if you're going to target people overseas, you're going to have to work around their time zones rather than your own. But there's the studies have shown that people are really, really addicted to social media, and that's one of the first things they do when they wake up. So if you target them early in the morning, doing an update between 7 and 9 a.m., there's going to be a higher portion of people that are going to see your update rather than if you posted it at 10 or 11 a.m. Again, at the end of work, 5 to 7 p.m., people finish work, they then go home, they'll check it on their phone, they'll check it on their computer, they want to see what's happened throughout the day, they want to see if they've got any notifications or friend requests or anything like that to feel validated. And if you can provide them some great content in amongst those time, they're going to really want to interact with you. And again, late at night between 11 and 1 p.m. 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. I'll just change that now. So they're the three main key time zones when you want to be posting in. And never post more than one update within every 2 to 3 hours. I say 3 hours because it just then, it won't go into it too much in this video, but with analytics, you don't want to be posting too much too soon because Facebook will scrap the first update you've done and then try to start showing the second one more. And then when people aren't interacting with the first one anymore, it wrecks your actual people talking about this and the popularity of your posts. And Facebook's all about showing great content to the actual people, obviously, the people that are wanting to actually go on there to see their friends. And if you're not getting many interactions, they're not going to show your posts as much. But we'll talk about that more in the following videos. Another key thing is to ask simple, short questions. Yeah, that's right. Asking questions actually really does improve your interactions rather than just a one-way message. So if it's a viral video, maybe you might want to say, what do you guys think about this video? Let me know. Or post a picture, or that's with a quiz saying, who can answer this for me, or whatever it might be. To get the people talking and actually responding to you, because then they see that you are actually asking them personally. And when they reply, this also helps with your analytics. It helps with getting your people talking about this up. That pretty much measures the popularity of your page with the actual public. But also always remember, is the question going to be simple to answer and quick to answer? Because people are going to be scrolling through the news feed, scrolling. And if they can't answer it quickly, they're not going to actually, the actual rate of people going to answer your question is going to just drop. So always remember that. Always look at it as if you're the actual customer reading the updates. So what would you answer, and what would you reply to, and what would you like to see? So always think of those things there. And again, simple but very, very underused is include your call to action. I cannot stress this enough. If you are trying to sell something, if you're trying to send people to a website, make sure you include the link to the actual website. Not in every update, that's for sure, but in your key sales one, if you want to get actual people going to your website or going to a video or to like an image, ask them to do that and send them the link. Very, very important. And I guess a good final tip is I always am always trying to think of new things to do and what can I do here, what can I do there. Sometimes I just need to get off the computer and just get outside for a bit and have a breather, because it can get, especially this online marketing thing. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, just doing my head in trying to create articles for SEO, trying to do websites, trying to learn this, that, the other. And just sometimes just gets so overwhelming. And especially when I'm trying to create content for people, it's sometimes just a good idea to get outside, go for a run, have a breath of air, do something you like doing, and then when your head's much clearer, you can then really think about what content's going to be really, really good for your actual followers and for your fans. So yeah, that's a good final point to end on there. So I'll add this document to the side here, and I'll probably, whenever I add new things to it, I'll just update the document on the side, and I'll do a little follow-up video. But yeah, just print this out. Remember, whenever you're doing updates, post in key times, use as much advertising space as you can, include your call to action, use all the business resources that you've got going on now to let people know you're on social media, as that's a great way to get some fans initially. And then we'll start to look at how we're going to advertise it, how we're going to post updates, and I'll show you some of these case studies of when I'm actually posting them in prime times and whatnot. So until the next video, thank you for your time, guys, and I'll speak to you then.